Hi everyone, welcome to Courtside Capital, and today we're going to talk about a very controversial topic, to me at least personally, sports and tech. Making sports better, or is it confusing a lot of people? Because I hear a lot of people calling it, oh, we need to have AI technology, we have AI here, AI there, and I'm like, this is not even AI. I'm like, well, we have it in the future, they say. But your take on it?
I mean, great for injury prevention, great for fan experience. Everything in between, maybe not super useful. Sports performance as well.
Be more specific. What is it that you would use today from the new tech that you see around there?
No, so right now, let's take the NFL, and I think the NBA may use it as well. They just have these trackers that look at BPM, movement, distance
Yeah.
covered.
Didn't they have that a long time ago already?
Yeah, but now you actually have some algorithms overlaying all the data, and that can follow you through the season and understand volume training and kind of predict when you can get injured.
Okay.
So the whole prediction part, I think, gets better with AI. Now, from a fan experience, I think the small pieces of data here and there about, rotation of the ball, speeds, and all those type of things, pretty cool. But it was already there. Now, if you add AI on it, what are you going to do other than fueling data?
Tennis is terrible. Honestly, I'm sorry, but tennis is terrible because when you watch tennis, what data do you receive?
Serve speed.
That's it. We haven't prepped this. I've never asked you this question before. All you see as a spectator is the speed of, not always, because it's sometimes hidden in the corner on the side, like, and you don't, like, when you watch it on TV, you don't always see it. You're like, what was that serve speed again? Like, you can't even see it. I'm like, why even put it there if you can't see it? And you've been like, you've had that for the last 30 years, 35, 40, I don't even know. That's it. I'm like, you have so much data, RPM, G-forces, acceleration, deceleration, like the arc, the trajectory, like all of this. You could, like,
and you probably have slip. Imagine, like, how cool would it be to see how much you're slipping on clay and how much, on hard. But I mean on your shoes, and like, when someone, let's say,
like the distance you slide, you mean, or what?
Or just like how much the shoe, like, in cars, you'll have a moment where you just break grip and scrubbing.
Yeah,
it's like the same thing where on a clay court you're going to slip and it's normal, but then after on hard court, if you do it too much, you may just break your ankle.
Well, I never thought about this, but
yes, too technical.
Yes, there is so much that
cool
we
stuff,
could show people, and then that goes into gamification, and then that's always my point. Like, when we watch tennis, and then I always see, like, but the traditional spectator doesn't want to see it on TV. I'm like, well, then provide it to people on, like, the platforms, on, like, your iPad, on your phone. Like, you could have the option to, like, I want to see all the data. No, I don't want to see the data. Like, I heard from some broadcasters that apparently, I don't know if it's true, maybe they were just, like, kidding, and, like, but I remember that number. The average age of a spectator in a certain country watching TV or watching tennis on linear TV is 62.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a whole other conversation.
No wonder. Yes, I mean, you actually need, I think you need data and tech to make the following and the crowd younger. And my point is, like, why don't you do that? Like, why don't they? Do you know a lot of companies that could provide all the data, that have the tools to do it?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably, all of them can do it. Think about F1, all the data they process. So any of those companies could do the same thing for tennis. Yeah.
I mean, like,
tennis is much simpler. It's just,
you have all the mics anyway. Like, you have all the force. You have all the, like, cameras installed on the court. Like, why not? And that would be actually, that would be fun. Would it be useful?
I think just for the sake of the sport and the direction it's going in. Let's say, talking about, as we said in the previous episodes, if there's a new tour, you're going to need a more engaged audience, a younger audience. So you need those things eventually. And then I think it's just a matter of time before actually coaches and others kind of look at those data points to fine-tune strategies and maybe even styles of play.
When it comes to data, like, I've talked to a couple companies in tennis. I can only speak for tennis, but they've provided some data, some stats, some and up until now, I wasn't always impressed because I remember this one stat. It was from years ago. Okay, it was a bit older, so I'm sorry if it's outdated, but it was a bit older. And then it said like, if you serve at 120 miles or 200 Ks or faster, 10 or 15 centimeters to the sideline or closer, the chances of you winning the point are 92%. Basically saying, if you serve super fast onto the line, you're gonna win the point. I'm like, I don't need AI or data for that. I mean, I knew that. I mean, thank you. But can you tell me how to hit it there? Oh no, that's for you to figure out. You know? And then they say something like, oh, if this third shot in the rally is a short cross court, I'm like, how do you want me to hit a short cross court when I play Rafa, for example? Like, I'm just happy to get to the ball. And so like, this is when I struggle with data, because I'm like, you know what data is really interesting to me? When you use the laws of physics and you look at a human and his biomechanics and apply the laws of physics to his biomechanics and his shot making and technique, if you could tell me at one point he's gonna start breaking down like a certain shot, like either a forehand, or what's gonna break down sooner, biomechanically and all that, is it gonna be the forehand under pressure? Is it gonna be the backhand? What is biomechanically less clean? What is biomechanically less efficient? Can he generate more with his backhand or forehand in certain situations? Or at what speeds do I have to hit my ball left and right for him to be too late based on his take back on the forehand? Because it's just his take back needs a certain amount of time. And if I play faster than that, then he's going to be late 50% of the time. That, for example, they can't do, because they can analyze biomechanics and they can use that.
No, but I think it's a matter of time, because when I go back to the first known experience of data that I kind of knew about was Tim Grover looking at Michael Jordan. Tim Grover was Michael Jordan's strength and conditioning coach. And for him to make the right program, what he did was count how many steps he took right, how many steps he took to the left, how he came out when he went to the right, which spots he went to. So I think it's just a matter of time. So number one, AI can do it today. So it's just a matter of time where sections of a court, are divided, how many times someone does a backhand in a certain area and how he takes his footing. I think it just hasn't happened yet, but eventually I think it'll make its way. As we said last time also, who are the guys that can actually afford to employ such technology? That's completely nascent. It's the top guys, and the top guys are already winning. So do they need that even more? You just need some guy that's completely super competitive and out of his mind to do it.
I talked to a few guys up there. Well, I didn't talk to them. I heard that, oh, so and so is using it. So and so is using this. So and so is using that. And
are they winning?
Huh?
Are they winning?
No, it's the top guys. It's the top guys. And then another person said, yeah, of course they are. I'm like, but why are they using it? I'm like, because they can. Oh. Because they have so much money. They have so many resources that, like, to them, investing, I don't know, a couple thousand or even 100,000 into something that would maybe get them one extra win per season, it's fine. It's totally worth it. And if it doesn't, at least in their mind, because that's the other thing, in their mind, they're so professional, they're going to use everything that they have available to their knowledge to win. And if it's additional data, great. Even if it's useless, doesn't matter. I have it. There's nothing that, like how you say, you don't leave a stone unturned, but until now, I wasn't able. There is some interesting stats, yes, but there is nothing that could replace a coach, or there's nothing that made me say, okay, let's put it that way. A good coach could see the same, but it would just take him more time. You get a summary of whether the guy served to in a match. You have it within a second. For a coach, you would have to watch the whole match. It just takes more time. But there's nothing so far. But when it comes to training, do you believe in neuroathletics? And I have a little tool with me, a little device. I'm going to show you. People only listen, they can't
Let's see it.
But I'm going to explain it. But do you believe in neuroathletics?
I do believe in some type of neurological conditioning, yes.
What's neurological conditioning? Meaning?
just like certain fixes can lead to larger power outputs or faster speeds or different
More
agility.
precise movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, there's no such thing as muscle memory. You agree?
No, yeah, there's nothing.
It's the brain.
Yeah,
that
it's the brain.
controls-
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Your
so
muscle memory is actually just neural
Yeah.
inputs. Yeah.
So that's why I brought a little device talking about little gadgets and tools and the future of sports and tech, for example.
Can you
So,
see anything?
I mean, when I turn it on, yes,
Okay.
it's basically VR and AR because it has a
Okay.
lot of cameras. But what I believe in, like tools that help you maximize your potential. That's
bring it out here,
that's
honestly.
interesting. You know, something that really maximizes. So what this does, so these are just VR goggles. This is nothing extraordinary, but it's the, just be careful with your fingers on the
I'm putting
lens.
it, yeah.
These are nothing extraordinary, but it's the software, because what you could do is you can actually train your brain with neuroathletics. You don't need them. You could also do it manually, but they can help you. I believe that, what is it that we use only 20 or 30% of our brain's capacity? Like there's some crazy number that's like most of the brain is untouched.
That's that theory. Yeah.
Yeah, that like we with you maybe it's a little bit higher.
No, but I just think, when I hear that, I always think it's just like that's the maximum you can technically use all at once. You can't have like everything lighting up, because
Yeah, then you blow
you'll
up.
go crazy. Yeah.
you blow up. But I believe that you can be more precise. You can be more effective. You can be efficient with how you train, how you work. And that, to me, tech that helps you with that, like measuring your breathing, training your breathing, measuring your brain function. You know, how can I train my brain to be more focused more often?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the mental part, you know, be like in the zone.
Yeah.
No, but it's actually the physical work
part,
that the brain does.
Yeah.
And that I truly believe in. And I'm curious to see, because people are always going to be faster and better and play better and run faster and jump further. But how can they accomplish that? Because everyone said no one's going to, beat the 100-meter sprint record. And then Usain Bolt came. And now no one's going to say, everyone says no one's going to beat him. But like, it's just a matter of time until. Do you think a human could run 7 seconds, 100 meters?
I don't think so. 7? No, not now. Maybe in a few 100,000 years.
A few 100,000?
No, I mean a few 100 or 1,000 years, in the sense where you have all these.
But how?
No, because we will evolve.
We evolve?
Yeah.
Like we just become better as we like all grow taller? Like I feel like every generation is taller and taller.
Yeah, taller, or I don't know, maybe some guys running on a specific type of soil
Mutations,
somewhere.
Genetic mutation.
Yeah, and then his tendons are different, so he's able to. His tendons have a different stiffness, so he's able to run faster than all the other guys before him. I don't know. We are going to evolve probably. It's like I think our backbone is supposed to have like a tail. We had that thing, and we just evolved or lost it. It came from apes, right?
It wouldn't be a Courtside Capital podcast if I wouldn't ask you, would you invest in sport tech right now? And
it depends on the company. And this is what I'll say. For me, a new gadget. This is not new, but like if it was just a prototype and there's no sales, I probably wouldn't.
But
if there was something that
the gadget is not actually the goggles; it's the software inside.
Yeah. No, but whatever it is, just if I look at a company today in sports tech, the first thing I'll be looking at is, are people using it? How many people use it? Can you actually grow
But if
it?
it's new, no one can use it.
No, but that's the thing. It's like that's why I stay away from those usually.
So everything that's new, you kind of just like, okay, let's sit back.
Well, yeah, and let's watch, and then if you can help the company, then it's different. When it's like, okay, these are the teams
What's
I know,
more
these are the
important?
athletes I know.
You being able to help them, or they can grow.
For me, the same thing. It's just that one would be, is my input going to, what growth is my input going to contribute to, and is that going to be worth my time, versus if I just put the money, and what can they grow up to?
But is the world, you think, ready for like lots of, because right now,
Yeah, it's ready. Look, everyone has lots of people have smartphones. It's the next step, but
do we need more sports tech?
do we need it?
Because in the end, we just want to play ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just want to play basketball, play football, like tennis. Like, do we need all the sports tech? Because one thing is one thing is like it's there.
No, the thing is, it's inevitable. That's the answer.
You think?
Yeah. People are going to use it.
You know what I'm going to need? For example, this is not sports tech. It's functional clothing. But this one, for example, you wear like the jacket I'm wearing
Yeah.
and the t-shirt. You can wear it a week long and it's not gonna smell.
Because
It
that's
doesn't smell.
graphene.
X,
That's
graphene,
right, yeah,
exactly.
there you go.
So it, like lifetime warranty, it doesn't break and it doesn't smell.
See, but that's different. That's like actually useful, and it's not. Is it considered sports tech, or is it just like a
I
life
don't know,
enhancement?
but you could use it for
But
sports.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's functional
So that's
wear.
different, yeah.
But that, for example, I like that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Because
But imagine how crazy it's going. Think about. Did you hear about the enhanced games?
yes, I heard about
Yeah,
that. Because
so-
you like to talk about that.
No, so the thing is, everything is going to an extreme. If people now are going to compete while being on gear, there's no reason for something as simple and innocent as sports tech for it not to exist.
True.
So that's why.
True. Very, very true. Because, I mean, clothing, going back to this, sorry,
Yeah,
it hasn't changed
yeah. I mean, that's
in decades. So,
The thing is, what
that-
do you want to do?
well, exactly.
You either go naked, or either you put too much on the.
Well, different materials, but anyway, so that's why we're coming up to the
$1 million question.
$1 million question. Do you want to ask me one, or do you want me to ask you one? I'll go.
With one.
It'll be a different one. Okay, has maybe nothing to do with sports. Maybe it has. When did you last feel like you were losing, and how did you get out of it?
Funnily enough, I think I feel like I'm losing every day because I just compete every day.
On sleep, losing out on sleep, or
Just on everything. I think I found this right balance where it doesn't stress me or makes me negative, but it's just at that right balance where it's perfectly healthy competitively.
perfectly
no, but
healthy.
no, but it just keeps me
stress and
competitive.
anxiety.
It just keeps me competitive. So I feel like, yeah, I'm losing every time. It's like there's always a bigger yacht. There's always a
Yeah,
better
but like
car.
I mean, like actually, like you were losing on. I don't know. Like when you went to college, you were like, oh my god, my grades are terrible, or you had like you were close to bankrupt. You had no money. I don't know.
Yeah,
something.
but it's always like that. You always like there's always a next step. So for me, it's like a constant. It's a perma losing state. What about you?
Well, I told in the last episode I told you about the stock market adventure that I started in 2020, and then there's other tennis.
Mhm.
Like sometimes you're on a losing streak, and I think what helps is discipline, a structure, a plan, a structure, a discipline, and then trying to come up with a plan or a structure that is solid.
Yep.
And at least solid enough so that you won't regret it later on.
Sure.
If you know, sticking to it.
So,
Because
yeah.
when you panic, you just do too many things.
Yeah.
And when you don't panic, when you stick to a certain plan,
Yeah.
and I say system, I guess it's a
System,
system. If and I think that's what's important when growing up. It's not learning a language or a skill or a sport. I think understanding yourself and having some sort of a rule book for yourself, like a plan, a system. And this is a system you live by, whether
for
it's
sure.
dealing with people, finances, sports, life in general, and trust your system. And if it doesn't work, okay, then you can adjust. I feel like you
Adjust
can
the
always
system.
adapt.
That's the best thing to do, actually.
And that's what I always tried to do
Yeah.
when things were going not well for
Yeah.
me, and even if they do go well,
Stick
I'd
to the
still do
system.
it. Stick to the plan, stick to the system.
But I think even to add more to that, I think even if, let's say, I feel like I'm losing, but I feel like I'm losing in a healthy way to stay competitive, whenever I feel it in a unhealthy way, I think just breaking down tasks to just very simple things and just building momentum is the most important to then revitalize yourself and re-engage with that system.
Isn't that a little bit of the utilitarian approach, whatever
Yeah.
you call it? Like I try to go like, okay, smallest amount of effort, biggest amount of reward or change.
Yeah, that's
I
another-
try to
yeah.
like stick to,
That's
okay,
a-
small things that I can do that can create change, not like think about climbing the Mount Everest right away. Like no, baby steps. And
Baby step, yeah.
I always say like little decisions,
Mhm.
take them like good decision making is very important. It starts with when do I wake up, what do I have for breakfast, what do I do, and then those little decisions will lead you to bigger ones.
Yeah.
And then if you've taken 1,000 good little decisions, then maybe the 1,001st one big decision will come naturally and easily as well.
Yeah, well, it just compounds. Good
So-
decisions lead to great ones.
And if you guys have any questions or remarks or stories or need help, drop us a message on Instagram. Preferably him. He's much better at answering those. And he's been doing that for a while. Shanka.
Oh, I think I'm the worst, actually. I'm answering like the smallest amount of questions
Well, at least,
possible.
at
But
least you're answering
please
it,
do
but
send
please
them.
do it.
Please
And
do
maybe
send them
we'll
and
discuss
answer
this
them.
topic on the next episode. Maybe it's
Yeah.
a super interesting one. We'll discuss it because we do understand that like we live in a funny little bubble. We see the world, but sometimes from different perspectives and different sides. But we travel a lot. We get to see a lot of people, a lot of stories, and please share yours so we can talk, discuss, and maybe answer some questions.
Well, thank you for listening to Courtside Capital.